What up, everyone? It's your boy, Sitemangala, the Reverend of the Revolution, welcoming you to another edition of your Daily Revolution, the podcast that helps you to wake up, turn your brain on, and to prosper every single day in every part of your life. Today's topic: simple steps to success. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. There's a story that I heard growing up. I'm going to share the story with you, and I'm going to show you why it's so relevant, because by the time you're done with this podcast and this episode, I promise you this: you will see a very clear path for you in your life to get what you truly want and desire, what you've not been able to get. Kind of a tongue twister there. So here we go. Right, the story goes like this. There's an old fur trapper, and he comes upon this older fur trapper who is like the man of the land, of the frontier. Everybody knows that guy is like the greatest fur trapper in the land. You follow his system, it works. So the younger Padawan, we'll call him the Padawan learner, kind of like Jedi Knights. The younger Padawan goes to the old Jedi Knight fur trapper and says, "Hey, I'd like to learn how to run the business like you." And the older fur trapper says, "Well, that's good news, because I'm getting ready to retire, but this business has been running for 30 plus years and it will produce. So let me show you how it works. You simply just have to follow these steps." The Jedi Knight, the OG, right, the original, shows the young buck how to do it. He says, just follow the directions, and if you'll do exactly what I tell you to do, you will succeed. So the young guy says, "Perfect." The fur trapper says, "Well, here's the business, here's the steps. I've taught you, I've trained you, I've watched you, you're ready to go. I'm going to take a trip for about a year with my family, and when I come back, I can't wait to see what you've done with the business." The old fur trapper leaves and comes back a year later, and there's no fur trapping business. Like, the building and the place, the little frontier home he had is like worn out, and there's just nothing going on. And he goes and finds the young man, and he says, "What happened?" This young man now had turned to something else. And the old fur trapper says to the young man, "What happened to the business?" To which the young fur trapper said this: "Well, what you told me to do, I didn't like it. I tried to do something else and it didn't work, so obviously the business doesn't work." Now, what in the world is going on with the young kid here? Here he has this original OG fur trapping master of the land who gets the business, who has the steps to success, and he doesn't even follow them. Now, the reason I share this is simply this. When I went, right, and this is about your success, but let me just share this short story, and then we're going to connect it for it. When I went into the door knocking industry, right, I was bankrupt 6 years ago, sold my Super Bowl ring 7 years ago, broke and miserable and depressed, and like lacking in faith. I felt like kind of like Jesus' apostles, or the people who were like, "Lord, help my unbelief in my faith." So when I walked into the industry, I talked to the regional manager, and I said, "What do I need to do to succeed?" Right? I basically asked him. I was humble, teachable, open, because when you're broke, you're kind of forced to be humble. And I said, "What do I need to do to succeed?" It's kind of like where you're at in life. Now, you don't have to be broke right now to ask that question. You could have a very good life. Perhaps you're banging 100 to 250 grand a month in your business. Maybe you're doing $500,000 in your business per month, right? Maybe you got employees and team members, and like life is going really well, but you know there's a whole nother level. So I asked my manager, "What do I need to do to succeed?" And that's the question you simply need to ask your coaches, mentors, even yourself. What must I do to succeed? Now, my regional manager told me. He told me the steps to success. And here's what happened. He said this, and amongst all the steps, he said, go and interview the top guys. Right? Go and interview the top guys. Take notes and do exactly what they tell you to do. Now, guess what I did? I went and sat down with 20 to 25 top dudes over a 2.5-year period. I interviewed them. I recorded the interview. I took notes, and guess what I did? I executed on exactly what they told me to do. Now, here's the crazy thing. It worked. It worked. In a 4-month period, I crushed the summer knocking season. Next year, I doubled my income. Following year, I almost doubled the income. Right? Ridiculous numbers. And all I did was what? I listened to my leader, my coach, my mentor. He told me to do something. I did it. And then when those people told me what to do, I followed the steps to success. See, every industry has their steps to success. For example, right, one of my coaching clients is a realtor. And she is powerful, makes great money, just an awesome woman. And I was talking to her today, and she said, man, I'm watching this guy in my office just crush it. I'm like, well, have you sat down and talked with him? She's like, no. I'm like, well, what are you waiting for? Go take him out, sit with him for 20 minutes, pick his brain, get the top 3 things, and guess what you get to do? And she said, do it. And that's that simple. So brothers and sisters, here we go, right? There's 3 simple steps I'm going to teach you today to help you. Number 1, go interview the top people in your industry. Go talk to them. Now, there's a good chance many of these people have training videos and podcasts, kind of like I do, and all types of things available for you. Go and talk and pick their brain. Step number 2, take notes. Now, you would think that's a given, but I can promise you it's not a given. So go interview the best. Step 2, take notes. Step 3, follow the steps. Kind of like the young fur trapper decided not to follow the steps versus me who decided to follow the steps even when I came into the coaching industry. I wanted to build a global coaching business where I could reach millions and millions of people across the globe. So I hired my coaches. They told me what to do. I was a knucklehead at first, kind of like the young fur trapper. I didn't want to listen. And then after a while, my wife said, you just paid this guy a lot of money. Why don't you just listen and do what he tells you to do? So I decided to do what my coaches told me to do. And guess what? Success. Could it be that simple? Absolutely. So let's take a look at this. In your body right now, in your physicality, you already know what you got to do, but if you don't, right, go watch a training video or talk to your nutritionist and say, what do I need to course correct on? And there's a good chance you only need to do one thing to course correct. Do it. Inside of your business, right? Who's the coach and mentor that you're listening to? What did they tell you to do? Did you do it? If not, what's stopping you from doing it? Once you figure that out, will you do it? Could it be that simple? Absolutely, it's that simple. With your relationships, right? What's the one thing that you simply need to follow the steps to success? Is it a date night? Is it a family prayer? Is it family date nights? Is it consistent messages of love and appreciation? Do it. Don't be the young fur trapper. Oh, your plan is cool. It works, but I'm going to try something else so I can simply fail. Come on, man. Don't be like the young fur trapper. Follow the simple steps to success. One of those is to go and interview the top person in your industry or the top person who's outproducing you and just simply say, what are you doing right now? Right now, I've taken on another coach who's helping me to build my business. I love it. I love it. Coaches tell me what to do. I go do it and we see success. I'm like, could it really be that simple? The answer is yes. So here's a couple questions for you. Who must you go interview today? And if it's not an interview, right, go listen to the podcast and say, okay, I'm actually going to do what I said I was going to do. I'm going to take notes and execute on the steps that I wrote down in my journal or in my notes. Could it be that simple? The answer is yes. Brothers and sisters, quit complicating things and quit making things go into complexity. All you simply get to do is take the notes, look at the notes, decide what you're going to do, and execute on that step. Really simple steps to success. And you don't have to complicate this thing. Keep it simple, silly, willy-nilly. That's it. So what are you going to do about it? Who are you going to go listen to? And there's a good chance you've already taken notes on it. You're just not doing it. Why? Well, there's lots of stories, but we're not going to talk about that. Go look at your journal. Go to the last seminar. Look at the last training you watched and listened to. And say, what am I not doing? And then do it. If you'll do it, you will have crazy, massive success. And success breeds success. And success is going to attract more success. It's going to give you more momentum and more confidence and more certainty. And off you go and running. Brothers and sisters, it really is that simple. Do not be the fur trapper. be the person who says, cool, you got me the steps, I'm going to execute and I'm going to see success and I'm on my way and running. Now, if you want some help with success and you'd like to actually have a chance to talk with me and work with me as a coach, as a mentor, as someone who can guide and lead you along the path of your greatest version of you so you can fulfill the full measure of your creation, there's going to be a link on this page somewhere on my blog, on my post, inside of the podcast area that's going to allow you to click, fill out a form, and actually talk with one of my team to see if you're a good fit. And if you'd like to do that, click on the link now and do it. Let's get on the conversation and let's stop messing around. Let's get you moving forward. This is your boy, Satem Malala, reminding you if you're going to create a life of real radical results, a life that you love, it's going to require you to get into a relentless pursuit with the ruthless commitment to pay the piper every single day so that you can get to the top of your mountains where your prize, promise lands, and possibilities are waiting, just waiting for you. The revolution has begun. I look forward to having a conversation with you. Boom! For more info on joining the revolution and living your greatest life of prosperity today, go to www.yourdailyrevolution.com and join us in waking up, turning your brain on, and prospering today.